Hi, I'm Paul Salmon, I'm a spiritualist medium. My guest today is Penelope Jane Rossiter. And you're medium as well.
I am.
Penelope.
Yes, I like to call myself a Christian spiritualist.
I know, tell me about this, because we've actually known of each other quite a number of years.
Yes, we have.
And we've been like ships in the night passing. So, I've seen your work.
Yes.
You've given me the odd message over the years.
Yeah.
But we've never actually sat down and had a chat.
We haven't, so it's very nice to be here.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me. Yes. Why I call myself a Christian spiritualist, because from birth it's always been my faith that's got me through my life, and that's been a big part of my life, the Christ-like, you know, and I've been very lucky to meet wonderful teachers on the way, and the first one I met was, funny enough, Cliff Richards, you know, and I was very lucky to go and see him, and also I was very lucky to meet Bill Lyons, which is a great big teacher in my life.
I remember Bill Lyons.
And he was my very first spiritual teacher.
Did you actually chat with Cliff Richard then?
Yes, I did, at Hopton, yes.
How did this happen?
Well, when I lived at Brereton Edmonds, I was born at Brereton Edmonds, and he used to come with American evangelists from America, and he used to be with him. We used to have a great big tent on our field.
Yeah.
And that's the very first time I allowed Christ into my life. And I was actually born with a Christ, I know that.
Right.
But I've not always... I came to spiritualism at the age of 34 when I met Bill Lyons.
But going back, I want to find out about Cliff a bit more first. So meeting Cliff, did that have an impact on your Christianity?
Yes, because he, like me, he lived the teachings of Christ, spiritualism. He lives it. He lives life simply. He believes in the moment, and he just is. You know, there's no ego with him, and he lives it. You can see it.
Because you might resonate with what I'm going to say now.
Yeah.
I believe it's innate in our pathway, the light, Christ-like for us too anyway, because I'm a Christian spiritualist as well, like you.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes someone from the outside to hit you with something, with their aura or something they say to bring it out of you.
Yes,
And someone did that to me, but Cliff did it to you.
And I know, and I was very, very lucky. I really was, you know, so I was very honoured to meet him.
Excellent. Tell me about Bill Lyons.
Bill Lyons, and he still is one of my guides, because he passed his spirit very sadly, and I feel for him very much working with me. And he was my very first spiritual teacher, and I worked with him on platform. I was very lucky to work with him on platform. And he was funny because he was Big Bill, and he used to call me Little Pen, and his two guys was whiskey and cigarettes. You know, and because he smoked and drank whiskey, but he was just an everyday beautiful person who lived it. And again, it's like living it every day. It's not, look at me, here I am. It's being it. Whatever you do during the day, if you're being kind to someone, you know, just reaching out to someone, go and give some healing at the spur of the moment, and just being there, rather than having dates, what I am doing, you know, and just...
I have seen him work. I've seen Bill work.
Amazing person.
I never received a message from him, but I've seen others. And I notice people's reactions. I do look around a bit. And when he worked, you could see people being captivated by him.
Very much so, because, you know, he was just a lovely, simple person who reached out to so many people. And again, there was no ego with him. He just sat and was, you know, and people were just attracted to him. But it was such an honour to be with him I was lucky to be with him for 2-3 years. Before it was in Felixstowe, he had a home, Osborne House, and people used to come. He used to charge £2 for the evening, and people come from all over to sit and meditate, have a cup of tea, and it was absolutely beautiful, really, really lovely.
So, do you work in the way he worked?
Yes, yeah, he was a big influence on my life.
So, describe how you work to me.
I very much important. I feel very much to. I always meditate before. And I take my work very passionate, and I'm so honoured to work for Spirit, you know. And it's my everyday life. And when I work, I make sure I really honour that and meditate. And then I just trust, you know, sometimes you get up there and there's nothing, but I just trust Spirit so much. I know they never ever let me down, ever, in all my life, not just now, in all my life.
So when you work, do you hear, do you sense, do you smell?
I'm very lucky.
When I say do you smell, I mean
I smell as well. But I do sense them, and I see them in my. They're there, so I can describe them, and I can describe their illnesses and what they died of, and give the Spirit. You know, I ask humbly for good evidence to, because everyone, needs something to make that belief, because they come, because they're missing their loved ones, and they need that bit of evidence to know they are there.
Yeah.
Not just a name, but just to something, little thing that know what they had in memories.
Okay, so Bill passed on his knowledge to you.
Yes.
You work the way he did. But isn't there a bit of your originality, how you work as well?
Oh, definitely, a big time. Because Bill, he was just his personality, but I'm not him. I'm me. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I just know he's there. When every church I go to, I always ask for a sign that he's there, and there's a hymn that was his favourite.
Okay.
And I know when my mum's there, because that's always her favourite as well.
Yeah.
So, and I work in my light, because I was very lucky, because it's always nice that someone comes along with you at first to maybe work on platform. So you just give that bit of confidence, because we need a little bit of confidence to go up there, because it's a big thing. It's not easy, and we need that. To trust what you're given, because you're up there alone with spirit, and that is a big trust, because there's an audience out there waiting for you to give them good evidence. And
So you mentioned an audience. You work in spiritualist churches.
Yes, yeah.
But do you work, congregations, but do you work with an audience, like in public outside the church?
I have done that before. I have done that. Yeah. Yes, I've been very lucky to do that. So, which is again, it's nice to be. I always wait for an invite. I don't, and I'm very lucky to start and working in my own right again.
Okay.
Because it's been a very not often on, because having a busy family life as well, and bringing up 3 children, and it's like I wait for opportunities. I don't rush up there and want it all, because we have it all inside. I learned to surrender to that Christ-like and that spirit in me, and it is there every day. So and I do, I get opportunities now, which is lovely in my own right.
Yeah. So
which I like.
So what a big question for you. Yeah. What does Jesus mean to you then?
Jesus,
yeah.
I believe, he's saved my life. I'm not just saying that. He's saved my life all my life. He has actually been a friend to me since the moment I was born, and I was very lucky.
So have you seen him then?
Yes, I have seen him, funny enough. I have seen him. I was very lucky to see him, and he appeared, so I was very lucky. And also I know I've walked with him in a past life, one of my very first lives. I have seen that as a past life.
What were you then?
I was one of his disciples.
Were you?
Yeah.
Which
so
one?
I was very lucky.
Matthew, Mark, or
Paul.
Paul,
yeah, so I was very lucky to walk in his as a disciple with him.
Right.
Yeah, and because I've always had that picture of the Last Supper in my house, that's always been very in here for me. And when I always at Easter time, I always I hear that songs and that, and I know what he went through. It really breaks my heart, because I know I was there. So it's a very big, dominant part of my life.
So when you saw Jesus this time as a child,
yeah.
Was it inside your head? Was it outside? Was it a manifestation?
A lot of it is in meditation. When I meditate, I feel him and I see him, but I know he's in there, because.
But how did you know as a child? You surely didn't meditate as a child.
No, I was lucky, because I come from a very. I was one of 6. I was the baby of 6, and I always wanted to. Get out of my home. It was like a very cold home, so I wanted love, because I know I was born with love.
Okay.
And I was lucky enough to have a church built opposite my house, and that's where I belonged. I went over there.
What type of church?
It was just a normal.
Not a spiritualist church.
No, not a spiritual church. And I was very lucky, because I used to go and this little lady lived across the road to me, and I used to go and heal her. She had rheumatism, so I used to do her clean and hold her hands and heal her as a little child. When I wasn't very old at all, but I knew I had a gift of healing. And just being nice to people. It costs nothing to be nice, to be kind. And that's what I think we strive for, just to be nice.
So as a child growing up, did you think you were different to other children?
Yeah, because I was very much a loner. I was always bullied, and I think, again, without my faith, I wouldn't want to be here, because I grew up within the world of bullying, even to an adult. I thought, when I grew up, I thought that would be it. But it carried on. So that it made me stronger and stronger in my faith. So you just detach from everybody and become you, and I like that.
What did your going back to your childhood? I'm stuck on this now.
Yeah.
What did your parents think of you then?
Well, my father left when I was 1. So my mum had to bring up 6, and she She's very, I sort of wouldn't call it a black sheep, but she's very, didn't understand me, so I was misunderstood as a child because I was just different.
Yeah, people don't understand me now.
They still don't. No, exactly, and they don't, because they don't know what you're made of, Paul.
No.
They don't recognise that light sometimes, so you're misunderstood all your life, and people just press your buttons to see what you're made of. Yeah. But I've learned to work through that now.
Are you careful who you talk to about your work?
If people, I mean, I don't go around preaching, you know, and if people ask, I mean, they ask me what I'm about, and I will say that. I'll never ever hide it. I'm very proud of what I am and what I do, you know, and I'm very lucky to work in Bernardo's as well as a manager. Oh. So I do a lot of counselling there, and we've done healing in there, we've done so much in there, which we shouldn't, but it's just with me. And people come in for counselling, you know, for a talk. So I'm put in there for a reason.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What future plans have you got? Have you got any, Penny?
No, I live in the moment, Paul.
I thought so. That's why I'm asking. I thought, no, she hadn't got any future
plans. I live in the moment.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can just go tomorrow. We never know when we're going to go. We've lost so many beautiful people, like Prince yesterday, Victoria Wood, you know, and that makes me realise how precious life is even more. And just live every day in every moment and let every day unfold, and it does beautifully.
So you're being? I'm
being. I am living it. Yeah,
that's what I want to be. I want to be.
Yeah. Being, surrender to it. It's the best answer. Yeah.
Before we go, see, I keep calling you Penny because I knew you years back. Penelope. Yeah. You wanted to mention something before we...
Yes, I do. I want to mention, because a part of my teacher, Bill Lyons and Sue Tyrrell, absolutely wonderful people. My last beautiful was Alicia Marsh, and she's got Healing Matters up the top of the road here. Okay. And she's a wonderful. She does quantum healing, hypnosis. Okay. And I had some of that, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I also done her journey to self-love.
And she's a Felixstowe?
She is amazing. And she comes from abroad, but she's based in Felixstowe now. Okay. And she's helped so many people, you know, and she's a wonderful person.
And she's helped you then?
Yeah, big time. Because she recognised me. You know, I think, you know, all my life, I think I've been lucky to be recognised by 5 people who've been very dominant.
You so recognise you as
me. Do you know that? As a light.
As a light, that's what I mean.
And I love that. Yeah. And she recognised me. Okay. And that's so important. Yeah. And it's really soul felt, and it's beautiful. And she's such an amazing, humble healer. She's wonderful.
So we'll get her in here then.
Yes, she's wonderful to be on your show. I tell her. Yeah, she's wonderful.
Penelope, it's been lovely having you as my guest.
Yes, you too, Paul. Thank you very much.
Time's flown past, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in. See you again one day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been lovely.
Bless you.
Thank you.